Don't hate me, but your videos are boring. That is, if you aren't spicing them up with extra content. No worries though, because I'm going to show you how to easily add extra content to your videos or podcast episodes, whether it be intros, outros, or anything in between without having to learn any advanced editing software. Why is your content boring? It's not because you lack charisma or great ideas, it's often because of the way the content is structured. Without those little bursts of excitement or meaningful breaks, your audience may zone out or even click away. But don't worry, there is an easy fix for that. Here are 5 things that you should consider using to boost your content. Start your video or podcast with a strong hook. This could be a surprising fact, a bold statement, or an intriguing question that grabs attention right away and makes your audience curious about what's next. Then use an intro to quickly set the scene for your audience. Briefly explain what the content is about and why it's relevant to them. This helps your viewers understand what to expect and why they should stick around. Incorporate ads and calls to action throughout your content. This not only provides opportunities to monetize, but also encourages engagement. Ask your viewers to subscribe, leave a comment, or check out other resources, helping to build a community around your content. Consider adding clips from previous videos or episodes. This can reinforce key points, show your expertise, and provide context or continuity. It's a great way to connect the dots and enrich your story. Finish strong with an effective outro. Recap the main points, leave your audience with a memorable takeaway, or hint at what's coming next. A good outro helps reinforce your message and keeps viewers looking forward to your future content. By using these 5 elements, hooks, intros, ads, calls to action, past clips, and outros, you can create a more engaging and dynamic viewing experience that keeps your audience interested from start to finish. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add all of these things into your content easily. We will edit a previously recorded video podcast episode and add in additional content following this structure. We'll start with a hook, we'll move on to an introduction, then we'll have podcast section 1, then we'll go into a mid-roll ad, podcast section 2, a call to action, podcast section 3, and an outro. No matter what kind of video content you want to add extra content to, you can follow this workflow. So to do this, we are going to use a platform called Riverside. This is an online software designed to make video content creation easy. You can record your video in high quality directly on the platform using whatever equipment that you'd like, and you can edit that recording using a user-friendly text-based editor. So the first thing that you're going to do is sign up for Riverside. I will link it in the description. Once you create your account and log in, you'll want to create a new studio using this plus button. Name your studio and press create. I've already created one for this video, and you can see that in this studio I have recorded my full episode, my mid-roll ad, and my call to action. I recorded all of these on the Riverside platform. But if you already have things recorded, you can also upload a video using this upload button. Whether you record on the platform or upload your content, the following process will be the same. So let's head into this full episode. When I hover over the recording, I can select Edit. This is Riverside's text-based editor. It makes it extremely easy to edit your content. If there's a part that you want taken out of the video, simply highlight over the text that you want deleted, press delete, and that section will be taken out of the final video. There's also a ton of other tools here that you can use to spice up your content, but we'll touch on that later. So, to add content into this, navigate to where you'd like to add content within the transcription. You'll see that the playhead along the timeline navigates to that spot. Use this button right here, the split button, and you're going to split that section of the video. Now when you hover over that split section, you'll see a plus button appear. And you'll see that you have the option to add past recordings, edits, uploaded material, and even music. So I can do this 2 ways. I can add my recordings that I recorded on Riverside. I would click on recordings, and you'll see all the recordings that I've done within this studio. These recordings are available to add to your content. If you head back, you can also go to edits, and you'll see all of the exported content within that studio, and you can add that as well. If you head back, you can also upload content with this uploads button. This will bring you over here to the upload section, and you can upload whatever content you'd like. I'll show you this workflow using a mix of adding past recordings, edits, and uploads. So the first thing that I want to do is add a hook. This can be filmed during recording, or what many podcasts do is take one or a couple quotes from the episode and duplicate them at the beginning of the episode to show the audience what's to come and hook them into the content. You can do this directly here on the Riverside editor. So I'm going to navigate through my transcript and find a section that I want to use as a hook. So here I found a fact that I think would be a good quote to use at the introduction of the video to hook viewers in and get them excited about the rest of the video. So I'm going to highlight the sentence, and then I'm going to select these three dots and select duplicate. You'll see that that section was duplicated right underneath, and you'll see it's become a section on the timeline here. I'm going to hover over that section and click and drag it to the very beginning of the video. There you go. Now you have a hook. Next up, an introduction. So after this hook, I'm going to highlight over in between the hook and the introduction, and I'll see that plus button again. This is something that I already created off of Riverside. So I'm going to head to Uploads, select Upload, and I'm going to upload that introduction. When it's ready, I'll select it, and that will be inserted into the spot that I previously selected using that plus button. So now the episode goes hook, intro, right into section 1. Let's listen to this beginning. A study by Wistia found that people spend, on average, 2.6 times more time on pages with video than without. This means that people are more likely to stick around and engage with your content longer if it's in video format. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Sounds great so far, much more engaging than the original episode. Next up is time to add an ad in the middle of the episode. This is called a mid-roll ad. You can add ads anywhere in your episode, but the most common places are right at the beginning, a pre-roll ad, in the middle, a mid-roll ad, and at the end, which is a post-roll ad. So I'm going to find a nice break around the center of my episode, perhaps at a change of topics. So I'm going to navigate through the transcript. So this is a nice break in the episode, and if you see, it's right in the middle of the episode. So I put my cursor where I would like to add the ad. I'm going to press split. Now you'll see that has split it into 2 sections. I'm going to highlight in between the split, select the plus button, and select recordings. I'm going to select that ad that I recorded on Riverside, and that will be inserted right into the middle of the episode, which enhances your learning experience. Hi friends! If you're looking to take your video podcast game to the next level, you've got to check out Riverside. It's not just another recording platform. Riverside lets you record studio quality audio and video right from your browser with up to 4K video resolution. Now the ad is in the middle of my episode. Great, moving on. Next up, an engagement driving call to action. I want to add this close to the end of the video. So I'll find a good spot here. We already have a split right here, so I'm just going to put it there. I'm going to hover over till I see the plus button. I'm going to select recordings, and I'm going to upload that call to action that I recorded on Riverside. So this should be something engagement driving like what I'm putting here. If you've made it this far in the episode, I'm so interested to hear your thoughts on this topic. Message me on Instagram and let me know which you prefer, audio podcasts or video podcasts. You can find us on Instagram at Video Podcast 101, and while you're there, make sure to hit follow to stay up to date with new content. Now, something else that I want to do is overlay text over this call to action by heading over to text on the side menu here and selecting one of these options. I'm going to choose this one, and you'll see here if I double click it, I can change it. So I'm going to make it our Instagram handle, just to give viewers a visual of what our Instagram handle looks like, and I can play around with the look of it using this menu right here. And then I'm gonna put it down in this lower thirds section right here. Now you'll see this text on top of the timeline right here. So if I hover over that, I can extend that to take up that whole section of the call to action so that this pops up only during that section of the video. So I'll just finesse it to make sure that the start and end points are right over top of that call to action. All right, the last thing I want to do is add an outro. So I actually like to do this organically while I'm recording the episode, but I created this outro image that has all of our socials and where the podcast is available. I want to overlay this image over my natural outro. So I will select Uploads, Images, Upload, and I'll upload that outro overlay. I'm going to select it, and you'll see that it was added right here on the timeline where the playhead was. I'm going to click and drag it over top of where the outro is, and I'm going to extend the start and end points to cover that whole outro. I can also adjust the sizing of this image to take up the full screen of the video. So now our organic outro has an overlay over top of it that lets people know how to connect with us. Let's take a listen. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me to continue creating valuable content for you. Until next time, keep creating and stay inspired. And then I'll just delete this end part of the video by highlighting over the text and pressing delete on my keyboard. There are a few other things that you can do in the editor to keep your audience engaged. You can add branding using this brand button, like a logo and a background. You can also add dynamic animated captions that will be created based on the transcript. This is going to help with SEO and accessibility. And depending on when you're watching this video, the music feature may be available to use on Riverside's paid plans. This would let you add music under these sections that we just added. This feature is being slowly rolled out, so if you don't see it yet, you can expect it soon. And when you're ready, you can export this video in up to 4K. You'll find this video on your dashboard right here under Edits. You'll see it's exporting, and you'll get a notification once it's exported and ready for download. Now we took that bland recorded episode and turned it into something more dynamic and engaging for the viewer. You can add as many things as you want throughout the episode, but just remember not to overwhelm the viewer and not take away from the overall message of the video. If you want some more tips, tricks, and tutorials on high quality content creation, make sure to subscribe to this channel. We release a bunch of videos every week designed to help you crush your content creation goals. So press that bell icon so you never miss another video release. If you want to know more about how to record a video podcast, I will leave a video here for you to watch. And if you want to know more about Riverside and what you can do with it, I will leave a playlist of videos here for you to binge as well. Thanks for hanging out with me. My name is Bridget O'Rourke, and I'll see you next week.